Hey guys, wanted to do another quick car video for you guys today. Just being real with you, I have been feeling really funky and low energy for the last 2 weeks or so, and this morning it finally clicked as to why I haven't been feeling great. I have not been going to the gym in 2 weeks, and on the back of my mind I knew that I had been taking a little bit of a break from it, and at some point I was going to go back. But I didn't put two and two together as to why for the last basically 2 weeks I've been having these kind of creepy, depressive, thoughts sort of starting to come into my mind. A lack of motivation, not really looking forward to anything, and just a lot of, unhelpful, negative self-talk sort of creeping into my mind throughout the day. And obviously just waking up and not really being super excited about life, just kind of waking up and going through the motions, but not really being on fire for anything. And it's been bothering me for the last couple of days. And it wasn't until this morning I was like, oh, like the one thing that I usually do on a pretty consistent basis, I have not been doing for various reasons. I actually got out of the country, so I couldn't work out for a couple of days. And then coming back, I just didn't get back into it yet. So I'm sort of switching it all up right now and going to the gym right now, it's the middle of the day, 1 o'clock, which is not actually when I go. I usually go like first thing in the morning, 5 or 6 in the morning. But I just was feeling it, it's almost like it's like garbage bags piling up in your mind. You just feel it piling up. And I just said, I gotta go. I can't get to the end of the day without working out. Like, I really need to go get this excess energy out. And I know many of you guys sometimes feel that way, where you're, basically depressed. I mean, I can just be honest, like for the last 2 weeks, I've been sort of feeling a little micro depression sort of creeping in. And if I don't nip that in the bud and do something about it, it turns into chronic depression. It turns into this long-term, I wouldn't even say that I was sad. Like, I wasn't really sad for the last 2 weeks, but I just wasn't very alive. That's kind of a better way to put it. I think I felt like I was like half asleep, going through the motions, but really sort of being detached from everything, and not in a really healthy way, just sort of a numb, not really excited about life way. So I want to feel alive again. I want to feel that energy, and I want to be more in control, really, of my thoughts, my emotions, and everything going on in my life. And so for me, going and working out and lifting some heavy, weights around for at least 30 minutes, sometimes an hour, is my medicine. I mean, it really is not for the physical benefits. I think there are physical benefits for me are like secondary, and it's great that it can help you be healthier, feel better, look better, all that good stuff. But for me, it's mental. It's really a mental health pill that I'm taking to go to the gym. It just helps me reconnect back into my body. I think I've made this point on a previous video that, if you don't put in any voluntary pain into your life, then by necessity, involuntary pain will have to come in and start dominating you. So for me, voluntary pain means going to the gym, lifting heavy stuff, sweating it out, feeling the burn, and just getting a great, amount of just voluntary pain that I want, and injecting that into my life on a regular basis. Because I even noticed today, baby got hurt, and most of the time, if I've been going to the gym and on my regular routine, it's still distressing to hear your baby cry, but it doesn't get under my skin and make me really just kind of lose my control over my emotions. But today, she, scratched the back of her head and basically hit this chair in our kitchen, and I just lost it. I mean, in my mind, I just was like, I have to leave the situation. I'm so overwhelmed with the emotion of just helplessness and sadness for her and anger and just all these emotions. And I was like, wow, this is no joke. If you don't inject yourself with a little bit of the voluntary pain, the involuntary stuff will just come and dominate you. So I'm just pulling up to the gym now. I'm going to go work out a little bit, and then I'm going to come right back out and do another video so you guys can maybe see, and I can maybe see as I watch back to on this video, the A/B comparison for how I'm feeling and how I'm talking now versus how I'm doing in about 30 minutes probably at the most. I'm going to keep it real easy, real light. I don't overdo it at all when I go back to the gym. I keep it really short and really fun. I don't want to wear myself out. I want to keep it nice and light. So I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. All right, and we're back. And I had a really intense, I think it was maybe 20 minutes long, really quick workout. Oh wow, feels so much better. Even just walking into the gym, I just felt this surge of just, oh, it's all gonna be released soon. And I was just cranking up some really loud rock music. Oh, it just feels good. It feels good to get that out and to just go through that process, to tire myself out, to wear myself out. I kind of visualize when I'm working out that there's stress built up in my body, like in different muscles. And when I'm working on them, I'm trying to visualize that stress being like exercised and pushed out of my body. So it gives me a little bit of extra energy to kind of get through a little bit more than I probably would have. So I'm thinking like, hey, just push, because the more you push here, the easier the rest of your day is going to be. So that's kind of my visualization mental trick that I do. So if you guys are not doing something like that, it doesn't have to be obviously going to the gym and lifting weights, but something intense with your body where you get that just pump, that feeling of exhaustion, but you feel good, you know, because I can tell my muscles for the next day or two are going to be just burned and sore, but it's going to be that great, awesome, wonderful feeling that confirms that I did something really productive in the gym. And yeah, even going through that, I was thinking about all the sort of depressing, you know, crappy thoughts that I had been stuck with. And, you know, the more I got into my workout, the more silly those seemed, the more ridiculous they seemed, the less real they seemed. I was able to kind of just remove myself from that thinking and just see my entire life through the eyes of like somebody else, you know, as if I had another person overlooking my life and monitoring how I'm thinking, how I'm living my life. I was able to become that third person, step outside of it all and go, wow, look at how I was getting lost in those thoughts and these thoughts. And, you know, and being very grateful, of course, through all of it, that for myself, I found this one thing that just without fail always works, you know. There's some nutrition that works for me. There's some, you know, supplements that work for me. There's some sleeping patterns and methods and meditation things and this and that. But man, just slamming some heavy weights around for 20 minutes it always works, no matter what. Even if I'm having a not so excited motivational day, not even wanting to go to the gym, because trust me, I have plenty of those. Even those days when I get out of the gym, I still feel like, hey, it was a win. I did it. I went. Probably wasn't the most impressive workout I've ever had, but I arrived and I showed up, and I'm going to feel like I marked this one off for the day. So at least today, even though I started my workout halfway through the day, I'm checking it off my checklist, and I am definitely recommitted back to exercising at least 3 or 4 times a week in an intense way, you know, sweating, heart rate up, breathing heavily. That's for me how I measure if I'm doing something right or not. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. Hopefully you can hear, I think I can even hear in myself how I'm talking so much better now, so much more positive. And I don't know, I just feel this big sense of relief, like this burden has been lifted from my shoulders. So I hope this helps you guys in your endeavors, creativity, business, family life, work life, all the things that you guys are dealing with. Just want to let you guys know this is what works for me.